Greetings from Tromerville. My name is Lloyd Kaufman. And when we're not making those great movies like Romeo and Juliet, Poultrygeist, and The Toxic Avenger, the Troma team and I like to hang out at the Abertoir Festival because that is really where you get the finest of intellectual stimulation. Much, much better than those Troma movies. Well, Poultrygeist is actually, Poultrygeist differs from the other fast food movies because it's aimed at the young people who might actually be the ones who need the message. I don't think anyone under the age of 82 went to see Fast Food Nation. They might have read the book, but I don't think they went to see that movie. And the other one called, what was it called? Super Size Me. That was kind of a whining movie. And it took the position that the nanny government should be telling us how to live our lives. And it was very entertaining, but I think Poultrygeist I think will serve humanity. It's actually, Poultrygeist is in fact a shot-by-shot remake. We are living in an age of remakes. And Poultrygeist is a shot-by-shot remake of the slapstick gore movie by Steven Spielberg, Schindler's List. But we have substituted, instead of the Jews, we have substituted chicken Indian zombies. And instead of that concentration camp, we have a concentration coop, fast food restaurant, American Chicken Bunker. And we also made a change in the casting. Liam Neeson is getting very old, and so we used a young Shakespearean actor named Ron Jeremy. So I think Poultrygeist is quite a bit much more significant than any of those previous fast food films. Well, Poultrygeist was inspired, like most of our movies, at least the movies that I've made, like The Toxic Avenger. Our movies are inspired by the current events, the newspaper stories, because what's going on in real life is a lot more shocking and outrageous than anything that would come out of my brain. Class of Nukem High was inspired by the fact that nuclear power plants were being built with substandard cement and drunken workers and ready to blow up right next to New York City. And The Toxic Avenger was inspired by the desecration of our environment, the fact that McDonald's plates and cups were not biodegradable at the time, the fact that our big blue marble we call Earth is being polluted whilst we are making our bodies beautiful with health clubs and organic food. And all of the Troma movies have one foot deeply planted in the politics and sociological issues of the day. And in the case of Poultrygeist, Troma owned a building in New York City, and right next to the Troma building moved in McDonald's. And they were very unpleasant as neighbors. They put their garbage in front of our building and other minor things like that. But the worst was that we were invaded, our basement was invaded by kielbasa-sized rats. And I had to go down and battle the rats in the basement. I had to go and clean up lots of rat shit and fight with raccoon-sized rats. And this led to the idea that maybe fast food isn't so great. And then I read Fast Food Nation, the book, and our editor, Gabe Friedman, who'd been with Troma for about 10 years, who had edited Terror Firmer and Citizen Toxie and Farts of Darkness, The Making of Terror Firmer, Tales from the Crapper, he edited that. He had worked in fast food, and Gabe Friedman had suggested that we should make fast food a theme for a Troma movie. And that's basically how Poultrygeist was born. You know, we are living in an age of devil-worshipping international media conglomerates who control all the cinemas, all the media, all the newspapers, all the television and radio, and so the only way to get the cinemas to play an independent film like Poultrygeist is to go there and demand it, because the cinemas will listen to the ticket buyers, they will listen to the customers, and as a result, Poultrygeist is going to be playing in New York City, Chicago, Houston, Austin, pretty much about 300 cities around the country, or 300 different cinemas around the United States. And I would say here in the UK, it's up to the fans. And I know we have the Peckham Theatre in London booked, and there are about 6 or 7 movie theaters that are going to be playing Poultrygeist around the United Kingdom. Well, the Independent Film and Television Alliance, the trade association of which I was just elected chairperson, is a group that can do things that the individual members cannot do. One of the things they do is they put on a market called the American Film Market in Santa Monica, and I've just come from there. That's why I can only stay here at the Abertoir for about 24 hours, and I've got to go back to Los Angeles, to Santa Monica for the American Film Market. The issues that I raised during the election, which since I was elected and I was not expected to win, the issues I've raised I believe we can really push, and the 2 big issues are industry consolidation. About half of the members of our trade association are non-American. They're international. There are quite a number of British companies, Asian companies, European companies, and we all suffer from industry consolidation. And this is something that we have to bring up to our lawmakers. I have been going to Washington, D.C. with the IFTA's lobbyist to try to explain to the Federal Communications Commission, as well as the Congress, that the big conglomerates have gained too much power, and that the public is being deprived of lots of originality and lots of creativity. The public will be better served if, especially the television markets, are opened up to independent art. And the same problem exists in most of the territories around the world, because these media conglomerates are international. And as you know, Rupert Murdoch controls not just a lot of the television in the UK, but also in China, and he is not supposed to be owning newspapers and television stations in the same market, but due to the politics of our recent 25 years, he has been able to do that because the laws have been changed and the regulations have been perverted, so the public is being very poorly served.